Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have an extremely special video for you guys today. This is the brand new DJI FPV drone combo. This is literally the FPV drone that's turning the drone world on its head right now. And quick disclaimer for you guys, I am brand new to FPV droning. I have never flown an FPV drone. I've never even seen an FPV drone in person until I got this. So I'm as brand new to this as you can possibly get. For those of you that don't know, FPV stands for first person view. And personally, FPV is a tool that I would love to add to my filmmaking arsenal. So I am extremely excited to talk to you guys today about the DJI FPV drone. So today we're going to be going over a few things. We're going to be going over what's inside the box. We're going to go over why I bought this drone. We're going to talk about what I plan to use it for. And then finally, we're going to talk about some things that I'm looking forward to about the drone, and then some things that are already turning me off about it. So let's get right into it. Let's check out what's inside this box. So this is the DJI FPV drone combo, and in Canada it's just shy of $2 grand. So it's not cheap by any means whatsoever. These are the three main components right here that you guys can see. So we have the drone, we have the controller, and we have the goggles. Okay, so let's talk about the goggles first. Now this is the reason why anyone would want to fly FPV in the first place. And I personally think that these goggles look so damn badass. Like, Batman is my favorite superhero, so I can't wait to throw these on and, you know, just like walk around pretending like I'm Bruce Wayne. Okay, anyways, the goggles also come with these 4 antennas, so I've already screwed these in, but I highly recommend that you guys take these out when you're transporting the goggles. You don't want them to accidentally snap off or anything like that. They also come with this head strap, and honestly the head strap is really well built, really easy to get on. It's adjustable from every single direction, and I think it's actually really well made. Now, for those of you guys that don't know what FPV really is, like I mentioned earlier, it stands for first person view, but when you throw on these goggles, you literally see everything that a drone would see from the perspective of the drone, hence the first person view. And I think these goggles are going to be super cool to use, and it's going to be a totally different, more immersive experience than flying a regular drone. So the battery for these goggles is external. So you got to remember to bring it with you every time you go to fly, otherwise the goggles will not power on. Now, this battery connects to these goggles through a wire, and that wire is included with the FPV combo, so you don't need to worry about purchasing any additional wires or anything like that. You have everything you already need to fly right out of the box. The only thing you do need to remember is because this battery is external, you're likely going to have to keep it in your pocket or something when you're flying, and that's fine. That's a very minor inconvenience of getting the experience of using these goggles. Now let's talk about the DJI FPV controller. Now this controller is very much gaming oriented. It really reminds me of my PS4 controllers that I've been using to game with for a very long time, and it fits extremely well in the hands. Like most DJI controllers, it has the thumbsticks tucked away right here underneath, so you can take them out and go ahead and screw them up top, which is awesome. It also has a flip up antenna, which is super convenient. You don't need to turn any dials or anything yourself to get the antenna up, and there's also a bunch of controls where your trigger fingers usually are, so you can change the gimbal from here, you can change what mode you're flying in. This is where you activate the emergency brake, the return to home, this is where you start recording. So tons of functionality right at the tip of your fingertips when using this controller, and I think this controller is extremely well made. There's also a little slot here to insert a lanyard, which is convenient, so you can have the drone hanging, or sorry, the controller hanging off your neck when you're flying, and so you don't really have to keep it afloat, and you can focus on controlling the sticks and really flying the drone, which I think is awesome. One thing to note though, the FPV combo does not come with the lanyard, so if you want a lanyard, that's something you're gonna have to purchase separately. You can usually find them on Amazon. They're about like 10 bucks if you want one, so go ahead and check that out. I can leave a link below in the description for the lanyard that I'm currently using that I also got from Amazon, and the controller also charges through USB-C. So if you have any USB-C wires already laying around the house, which I'm sure most people do, you can just charge it through any one of those, which is super convenient. If you don't though, you don't need to worry. The FPV combo does come with a USB charging cable for the controller, so you're covered that way as well. Cool, so we've talked about the goggles, we've talked about the controller. Let's move on to the pièce de résistance. Sorry, I was born in Montreal, that's my French coming out. Anyways, let's move on to the main event, which is this guy, the DJI FPV drone, nicknamed the Flash. And if you ask me, this drone looks totally badass. Like, it looks like it's something straight out of Star Wars. It looks like one of those X-Wing fighter jets that you see. And I think if Darth Vader had to fly an FPV drone, this is the one that he would pick. And let's talk about the things that the drone comes with. So right off the bat, it comes with this gimbal guard right here. Super easy to remove, super easy to put on. And if you've flown a DJI drone before, you know that all of the gimbals come with this guard, and they're super convenient when you're transporting the drone. The drone also comes with 2 sets of propellers. So I've already put on the first set, and you have an extra set, you know, in case you crash or damage them for any reason. So that's nice of DJI to include those. And these are the quick release ones, so they're easy to screw in. You don't need a screwdriver or anything, you just kind of push them in and twist. It also comes with 1 battery, and the battery is pretty easy to get on too. There's like this quick strap here which you pull out, you squeeze from both sides, and the battery slides right out. It also comes with the charger for the battery, and it's not like one of the FPV LiPo batteries or anything like that, so you don't need to watch it. It is a smart battery, and it's good for about 20 minutes according to DJI, which is awesome. And I know if you've been flying a Mavic before, 20 minutes might not sound like a lot, but if you're coming from the world of FPV, you know that most FPV drones actually only fly for like 3 to 4 minutes. So 20 minutes is actually a huge advancement. So let me pop this battery back in. So it's super easy. You just push it in, you re-click the strap right here, and the battery's in. Now I need to show you guys my favorite part about this drone, and I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let it happen. You guys check it out. How cool is that? It makes that sound literally every single time you start it up. And I told you, it sounds like it's from Star Wars, it looks like it's from Star Wars. Okay, so let's talk about all the extra stuff. It comes with this green shell that you can use to replace this top black shell. I'm literally never gonna use this. This is so stupid. I think it's cool to add a little bit of more protection, but the black looks cool. I'm not gonna ruin it by putting this green stuff on it. It also comes with extra thumbsticks for the controller in case you lose them. So that's actually super useful. You don't have to go out and order some brand new thumbsticks. You already have some that come with the box. And then you also get this Allen key. So the Allen key has a few purposes. The first one is for repairing the drone. So if you look at the drone, it has a bunch of different screw inserts everywhere on it which fit this Allen key only. So you want to make sure you don't lose this, because this is how you're going to repair your drone yourself in case you crash it, and that's something you want to do. The other purpose that it serves is that you can actually pop open the back of the DJI FPV controllers, and you can adjust the screws to kind of determine the stick sensitivity. So you can make your sticks tighter, you can make them looser, whatever you're more comfortable with. But the main purpose that it serves is that if you want to fly in manual mode, your left thumbstick by default is spring loaded. You actually want to take away that spring load so you can manually control the throttle more precisely. And that's something I'll get into some future FPV videos and why you want to do that. But right off the bat, that's all you need to know. This is the main purpose that the Allen key serves. So like I said at the beginning of this video, this is my first time flying FPV. And if this is your first time flying as well, you're gonna wanna spend some time in the virtual simulator. So DJI has an app, I think it's called DJI Virtual Flight. Unfortunately, right now it's currently only for iOS. I have no idea why. That's literally one of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen. But I've heard that the Android version is coming soon. So if you do have an Android, don't worry. I'm sure the simulator will be there soon. But I recommend you guys practice flying in it as much as possible. Get all the crashes out of the way in the simulator because, hey, it's free. You can crash as many times as you want. Now, let's talk about why I bought this drone. So I have long admired FPV footage. Like, I think it is so cool. It's so mesmerizing. It's amazing to watch these pilots fly at such quick maneuvers through and around things, and literally the footage is amazing. If you haven't seen it, it's everywhere on Instagram and YouTube and even TikTok, I think, and literally you need to go see it. It is a completely different experience. Unfortunately, if you want to fly FPV, there's a lot of things that go into it. You need to learn how to solder, you need to learn how to build your own drone, you need to learn how to program and code the drone to fly the way that you want it to fly. And honestly, that's just something that I don't have time for. If you do, the more power to you. I think it's a great set of skills to acquire, but again, it's just not something that I have the time for. I will literally pay for convenience. And that's why this DJI FPV drone, which flies right out of the box without me having to learn any of that, do any manual adjustments or anything like that, and just having it ready to fly is a total godsend for me. And that is the reason, the number one reason why I bought this FPV drone. Again, I will pay for convenience. Okay, so what am I going to be using this drone for? So if you know me, I've gotten into a few drone crashes, so I'm not a conservative flyer by any means, but I'm not looking to get this drone to do cool flips or cool tricks or squeeze through tight holes. I'm getting this drone to do long-range cinematic FPV runs through the mountains of Peru when I travel. That's the kind of thing that I'm interested in. And to me personally, this is the FPV long-range king. It has OCUSYNC 3.0 or O3, which is what DJI is trying to call it to guess be more cool or whatever. Just stick to OCUSYNC 3.0, it sounds fine. But it's good for 10 kilometers of range, which is absolutely nuts and something that I'm very looking forward to testing. It also has 20 minutes of battery life, like I said before. So if you're looking to do long-range FPV runs, I think this drone is something that you really want to consider, because I think it's going to be the absolute king in that specific space. And that is the reason that I wanted to get this drone. Okay, so let's talk about some things that I love about this drone. So right off the bat, I love that it has tons of modes. So there's normal mode, there's sport mode, there's manual partial mode, and then there's full manual mode. So it comes with a bunch of training wheels on that you slowly take off as you become a better FPV pilot. And I think that's absolutely amazing for beginners. I also love that it has this emergency brake button, and basically what that does, no matter what mode you're in or no matter what orientation you're in, if you hit this brake button, the drone will automatically start hovering itself, it'll level itself out, and it'll come to a screeching halt no matter where it is. And I think that's an amazing feature to build in for beginners, especially if you panic. That's something you can reach for just so you feel more at ease. And it's definitely a button that I'm going to be reaching for a lot. Now let's talk about some things about the drone that I don't really like, and unfortunately, and it breaks my heart to say this, but the camera. So the camera sensor size is a 1/2.3 inch CMOS sensor. DJI, what were you thinking? You literally had one job. Now this sensor size is the same as a Mavic Mini. Don't get me wrong, the Mavic Mini is an amazing starter drone and is the drone that I started off on. And the quality is not bad by any means, but this drone cost almost $2 grand. And that's pretty much the same as a Mavic Pro 2, which has a 1-inch sensor. So if I'm paying $2 grand for a drone, I expect the best camera that DJI can possibly offer me. And unfortunately, that's not the case here. So I'm gonna have to test it out for myself and really fly it around to see what the footage looks like. There is some good news though, there are some different color profiles, so you do have access to D-Cinelike, which will give you higher dynamic range. Unfortunately, you need to know how to color grade in order to use that color profile. So thankfully I do, but if that's something that you're not familiar with, that might be a turnoff for you in purchasing this drone to get the best possible picture out of it. So maybe it's a skill you want to invest in, or maybe you want to look elsewhere for a different FPV drone. But ultimately, the quality of this camera that I'm able to get for myself and the output that it's able to create is going to determine if I keep this drone or not. And unfortunately, if the camera does not live up to the quality that I expect it to and the quality that I'm used to for using for my videos and my Instagram and my YouTube, I'm unfortunately going to be returning this drone. And it's such a shame, because if the camera was a little bit better, the sensor size was a little bit bigger, I think this drone would have been a grand slam. But Again, like I said, the camera is something that I'm gonna have to test out personally. So there it is, guys. Those are my first impressions on the brand new DJI FPV drone. You guys got to see me unbox it. You saw everything that the combo comes with. So hopefully that was helpful for you. I'm definitely gonna be making a lot more FPV related content as I go through this journey. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, definitely stick around. I'm gonna be vlogging my first flight, so that's gonna be a different type of video for me. I haven't really done a vlog yet. I'm definitely gonna be doing a full review of this drone once I've had time to put it through its paces and really decide for myself, hey, what do I think about this drone? Is this something that I recommend to other people? And is this something that I'm gonna be keeping? So again, if those are videos that you guys are interested in, please subscribe to the channel. That would definitely mean a lot to me. And again, I'm going to be doing this from the perspective of someone who's never flown an FPV drone before. So if you're in the same boat, that's definitely something I'm sure that you'll be able to relate to. If you guys like this video, leave a huge thumbs up at the bottom. Smash that like button. It really helps out the video a ton. And that's it for this one. I don't have anything else for you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Keep creating.